Hi guys, it's Teacher Joe, and today we're going to check many topics. First, let's start off with possessive s. So, when do we use possessive s? We use possessive s to show that something belongs to a person or a pet, or to talk about relationships between people. For example, this is Peter's father, not the father of Peter. Peter and Mary's car is red. My cat's ears are white. We also use the possessive s to talk about shops and houses. I am at John's house. I need to go to the chemist's shop. The possessive s form, it is singular noun plus possessive s. Anna's clothes, Chris's wife, the student's books, etc. Plural noun ending in s plus apostrophe. The student's books, the boys' toys, the teacher's lounge, etc. As you can see, these words end already in s, so this is why we add the apostrophe after. Also, in a regular plural noun, not ending in s plus apostrophe s, the children's toys, men's clothes, etc. When one thing belongs to two or more people, we add s only after the last noun. Paul and Catherine's house, it belongs to both of them. Anna and George's car, etc. When we have two or more people and each person has one thing, we add apostrophe s after each person. Anna's and George's cars, Anna's car and George's car. Sally's and Tim's computers, Sally's computer and Tim's computer. Possessive of. We use of and not possessive s when we talk about things and not people or pets. The end of the street, not the street's end. A picture of the eclipse, not the eclipse's picture. The man of the match, not the match's man. Compound nouns, the city center. With nouns that are used together very often, we often use them together without up and without apostrophe s. A school bus, the city center, the car key. Whose. When do we use whose? We use the question word whose to ask about possession. There are two possible forms. Whose plus noun. Whose car is this? Whose book are those? And whose without a noun. Whose is this car? Whose are those books? When do we use whose? When we answer with the possessive s, we can also use possessive s plus noun or possessive s without a noun. Whose is this car? It's John's car. Or it's John's. Whose versus whose. Whose equals possession of who. Who apostrophe s equals who is. Whose car is this? Not who is car is this? Who's that man in the lobby? Not who's that man in the lobby. So here's some practice for you guys. And now let's continue with prepositions of time. At. We use at with times of day, including meal times, bedtime, etc. At 3 o'clock, at 10:30 a.m., at noon, at dinner time, at bedtime, at sunrise, at sunset, at the moment. We also use at in the following common expressions. At the weekend, I don't usually work at the weekend. At Christmas or Easter, I stay with my family at Christmas. At the same time, we finish the test at the same time. At present or at the moment. He's not home at present. Or he's not home at the moment. Try later. We use in with months, seasons, years, decades, centuries, and long periods of time in general. In May, in the summer, in 1990, in the 1990s, in the 20th century, in the Ice Age, in the past, future. We use on followed by days and dates. On Sunday, on Tuesday mornings, on 6th March, on 25th December 2010, on Christmas Day, on Independence Day, on my birthday, on New Year's Eve. We also use it for parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but it's at night. Last, next, every, and this. When we say last, next, every, this, we do not use at, in, or on. I went to London last June, not in last June. He's coming back next Tuesday, not on next Tuesday. I go home every Easter, not at every Easter. We'll call you this evening, not in this evening. Here is some practice. Now we are going to check adverbs of frequency. So, never is 0%, hardly ever, rarely 5%, sometimes 50%, often 70%, usually 90%, and 100% would be always. So, the position of the adverbs of frequency is that they go before the verb but after the verb be. She always run, not she run always. She is always running, not she always is running. In negative sentences, the adverb of frequency goes after don't or doesn't. We don't often go to bed late. He doesn't always agree with me. In questions, adverbs of frequency go after the subject. Is he always late? Do they often go to the library? The adverbs never and hardly equal to almost never have a negative meaning, but they are used with the positive verb. He is never late, not he isn't never late. They hardly ever go to the library, not they don't hardly ever go to the library. There are other expressions that we use to talk about frequency. These are expressions of frequency: once a day, twice a week, 3 times a month, every day, etc. These expressions are longer, 2 words or more, and they go at the end of the sentence. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. I see her every day. Thank you very much.